know, Jujitsu being over 2,500 years old. The term karate, for example, came out. But Jujitsu is the pearl of the martial arts. I personally hate the term MMA, mixed martial art. Jujitsu is the original mixed martial art. Okay? My teacher, Professor YMCA, was one of Bruce Lee's teachers in the early 60s. Professor J, I remember when it was a small circle theory before it became a standalone system. Okay? Professor J changed my jiu-jitsu. He changed my outlook on jiu-jitsu. Particularly this day and time. This day and time, we have cameras everywhere. I know people like the idea of beating the crap out of people, all right? But you need to be able to articulate why you did what you did. Understand? How are you? I love volunteers. Thank you, sir. All right, now, the thing is, now in my position, this gentleman tells me, okay, look, I don't like your face. I'm a sweet, lovable guy. My antenna goes up. This stance, if you were having to be a witness, what does this look like when you got it? That's right. I don't want trouble. If I was here, what does this look like? But this, I don't have my fingers straight out. They're relaxed. And this is what we call a bridge. A bridge. I don't want my hands out like this, and I don't want them in like this. I want it at this point to where you get about a fist and thumb between my body and my elbow. Because here, also my stance. I don't go into a wide stance. God's been good to me. He's allowed me to meet some wonderful people over the years. Some of Bruce Lee's early students. Exchange ideas with them. Okay? And what I like about this, he decides, well, I'm going to take you out. The moment his hands come up, okay? This is what we call closing the gate. I'm not trying to hold his hands down, but I just created an opening, understand? Now from here, all right? The way my thumb, when I came here, automatically, my hand wrapped. I'd capture his thumb. This could be an elbow strike, but I've captured his hand here, and you can take him down. Can you go down? Okay. All right. See, from here, I still have the control here. I can change it up if I want him up. 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 Where I'm controlling. All right? This is what we call a pistol grip. All right? I'm not trying to pull his thumb into his wrist. I'm pulling his thumb to the outside. Can you grab him?
I'm not going to.
All right? But you can control him. You can take him where you need him to go. Or I can go here. Or I can take him back down. All right? Or I can switch it up and take him up. Okay? Now from here, I want him back down. Up. This is what we call a chicken wing. Okay? Again, can you grab me?
Nope.
All right? Pressure here. That's when I rotate this way. Okay? And you can escort them, but you need to be able to articulate why you did what you did. Correct? All right? But one of my favorites from here is what we call a hammer. Now from here, I'm capturing these two fingers on your belly. Put your hand behind your back. Okay? Or, once again, this is what I call a bear claw. Okay? But still, I can use an escort position. All right? You okay? All right, first thing I want you to do, you're gonna work on doing a shutdown. Your hands come up. Like I said, this could be an elbow strike, but I'm capturing. Okay? Try that one first. Thank you, pal. Thank you.
Okay.
Say what I mean? How we doing? Another avenue. Okay? Now, from here, how about getting one of your key holds on? All right, go ahead. Yeah, you can learn to do that. Okay, smart. What a lot of people would do with the traditional is this. Do it. All right? Parties can. Understand? The reason that doesn't work too good is because I'm attacking two metacarpals. Understand? But what you're doing here, you're attacking all the metacarpals. Got me? Okay, try it again. Thank you. As opposed to taking a wide sweep, put it right down here. Make sense? Thank you. Because here, when I shut down here, what I'm doing here, this. Now what? Okay? Understand? You know, look, let's look at the joint. You got the shoulder, elbow, wrist. What really makes somebody respond is here. These joints. Look at that. Because to me, Jujitsu should truly be where David overcame Goliath. Understand? So you have to take, you can take Jiu-Jitsu and mold it to suit your body or to suit a handicap. Understand? So, from here, what I'm doing here, I'm attacking this joint here. Now, where's my hand at here? Okay? Right here. Can you grab me?
I don't really want to.
All right?
What's your nickname?
The bear.
The bear, huh?
Okay? But you see how I'm cutting right across here? This is what I call the fulcrum. This is the fulcrum. This is the base. Understand? Hey. Because from here, I can change. All right? Yep. Debbie's been doing the work. Way to go, girl. You've been doing your work here. All right? This is what I call a chicken wing. This is from small circle jiu-jitsu. All right? The chicken wing. Now, what I do here, my hand is wrapped. Can all you guys see? My hand is right here. What I do here is this. The wrist. The wrist. Wally used to stress the wrist. So from here, okay? All right? Yes, sir.
You said you were not bending the thumb back toward the wrist, but you were bending it out. Could you say a little more about
That's
that?
on the pistol grip.
On the pistol grip.
Yeah, what a lot of people do, and listen, you have some double jointed people. As opposed to pulling the thumb into the wrist, pull it to the outside. Understand?
Around the double joint.
That's right. Go around the double joint.
Well, would you mind indulging?
Yeah.
Dana? Come here.
It's not my hands, it's just my elbows.
Oh, okay. You can bend her all around, and she just doesn't.
Okay. Can I borrow you? Come here, I ain't gonna skip. All right. Yeah, she is. All right. Flexibility. All right. But here, I create a base. Now, not only do I create a base, I go in an angle. Uh-oh. Okay?
Sorry.
Okay. All right? But I go in the angle. All right? Now, also, from here, what? Okay?
There's that elbow bend the opposite
You
way.
feel pain? Huh?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Understand? Look, flexibility applies one direction. Understand? So that's why when I do something, I go in an angle. I'm not trying to just roll it back to the wrist, but you take it just in the opposite direction. You okay? All right? Or here.
I'll take it.
Okay. All right? Understand? You okay? Thank you. When China first started opening back up to the west, they had Professor J.N. was doing a clinic. Okay? And they come to find out, of course, a lot of Chinese had been practicing Kung Fu in secret. All right? So when Wally was going to do his demonstration, they gave him a flexible label. Immediately, when he got her finger, he could tell she was flexed. So what did he do? He created a base. See what I mean? Now, you know, unfortunately, as I get older, I have more problems with things, okay? And I've had to change things, okay? And here again, can I borrow you again, sir? Now here, he's gonna push me or whatever, okay? Now, I don't wanna step out, understand? What I'm gonna do, what did I tell you earlier? I'm taking an angle. Now, as I take the angle, look what he gave me. See? Where's my foot? Okay? But here, what I'm doing here, I call this the claw. All I'm doing, I'm cutting my thumb right in between his, okay? And it is, that's right.
I'm also feeling a lot of pain on these two fingers, and he's bending back, not just these two fingers.
That's right. Understand?
Right.
Here, the wrist. You know, when Bruce seeked out Professor J, he had heard of a guy that took a ragtag judo team and turned them into champions. Okay? And Wally was 45 and Bruce was 22 at the time. And so what Wally told him, the wrist. One of his mentors, Professor J's mentor, Ken Kawachi, back in the 30s, he was a territorial Hawaiian judo champion. He weighed 135 pounds, but he could throw guys that weighed 250 pounds. What he taught Wally was the wrist. The wrist. Okay? Now, what I'm doing here, the reason I'm stepping to the side, see how that opens his hand up? I cheat. I cheat. That's why we say devastation through simplicity. It's simple things you're gonna remember, okay? But you see how I've got him here? Now where's the fulcrum? The knuckles. Where's the base? The elbow. Understand? Because from here, look, I got two hands here, but I can't control him here. Why? Where's his elbow? It's against my body. What this allows me to do is get control of his other arm. Understand?
Way to go.
Understand? All right. Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
All right, try that with each other. And you're going to continue right on around. No, right here. May I? Look, see where his hand is here? As I step here, see where this one goes?
Elbow down. I know it's hard.
See? And of course from here, all I do is straighten my wrist. See?
That's fine. Yeah.
Up on your
Right here.
grab your wrist. Okay.
Same side.
See that right there is what traps it.
And then when you lock the wrist, it's even more.
That's right. I call this the claw.
And my arm is under
Okay.
my right finger.
From here to here. And you see, I got control of his elbow on my body. If I need to move to something else, I can. Okay? Let your hand. Now borrow your hand. What I do here, I'm stepping this way.
Okay, you have the first two then.
Yeah. The first two fingers. Yeah. So when I step this way, see?
Okay.
So your left
Like
hand
this?
has my left hand.
Yeah. See, what I want to do is neutralize this. Okay? So the way I'm going to neutralize it is by stepping here. Okay? Bam. See?
Okay, keep him underneath you.
Yeah. Now watch. Once I have his elbow, I can do anything then to control it. See what I mean?
I definitely don't feel like I want to do anything.
See what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'll
Principle. As opposed to cutting here, you're cutting here. Now, as I cut here, okay, you trap these two fingers. Understand? See right where his elbow is? You okay? Now watch. You once you're here, see I'm pointing my finger this way to rotation. Now, I'll rotate my wrist up. Got me? Okay? Now, I'm going to take you down backwards. Can you fall? Okay. All right. I always ask because I don't want nobody to get hurt. Now, from here, if I need the guy on the ground, I rotate under and back. See what I still have here? Okay? See where the pressure is? Now, from here, I can rotate him over. Once I rotate him over here, and I never change grip. Okay? Here. All right, now I need him up without changing the grip again. What have I got? Right back where we were. Understand?
Right.
Okay. Thank you. All right, try that with each other. Be easy. We were in Florida a couple years ago. Big Russian guy, you know, strong man. You know, I mean, he was a strong guy. Now, and of course, a lot of people say, "Yeah, I'm not going to let the guy hit my finger." Okay. But look. I'm making a fist. All right, just for the demo here, watch. He's made a fist here. You have to think about keeping a fist. Did you know that? You have to think about making a fist. Now, when I come here, what happened to his hand? Hold on, I'm having a fist. Okay? His hands comes open, and I cheat. Understand? I cheat. That's simple. Why make things harder for yourself? Understand? Now, see how I got his fingers here? Now watch. I'm not bending his fingers. I just rotate. Yes, sir. Okay? and use verbal jitsu with your opponent. Talk to him. Tell him where you want him to go. Got me? Look, you need to be able to articulate why you did what you did. You can always ratchet things up. Understand? Now, don't go out here and tell somebody, Professor Maynard told me to break their neck. Okay? Or something like that. I'm not. You're going to have to be the determining factor yourself as to what is called for. Understand? But if I can articulate, yeah, I'm trying to control the guy, but he was too strong. Okay? So you send him to meet Jesus or Buddha or Allah or whoever. Yeah. Any questions? Ernie, Bob. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was that's about 20 years ago.
It was quite hilarious.
Yeah. But anyway, what I want you to be able to do, first thing I want you to be able to say is that I was trying to control the guy. And honestly, if you can control him, that's better. Okay? Then if you have to ratchet things up, you do. Any questions? All right. Just try that with each other because look, I'm going to show you something. Pull your arm out to the sideboard. Okay? Now don't let me push your arm down. Okay? He's here. Look. But watch. He takes this arm here, puts it right across his sternum. Understand? Okay? Because here, look, 2 fingers. Understand?
Can you explain the mechanics of that?
Yes. It's called center line. Center line. Understand? You know, back in the old days, there was no sport jujitsu or anything like that. So if you were young and you wanted to compete, you either had to go to a karate tournament or a judo tournament. Okay? Now, so what I would do when I would visit some schools, some karate schools or kung fu schools, they'd want to spar. Automatically, when I saw this, what did that tell me? What did I just show you? Understand? So when he assumes that stance, that tells me this arm is weak. Understand? So I'd go in, boom, get him in a choke. I was being nice. Okay? And they said, oh, that old Tony Maynard, all he wants to do is that caveman stuff. You know? All he wants to do is choke. Well, yeah, I did. Understand? But that was center line. You know, when Bruce and Wally first met, both of them already shared the idea about center line. Okay? So I look for things like that. I look for things like that. That's why with the shutdown we were doing, I borrowed that. We exchanged ideas with one of Bruce's former students. Okay? I got that idea from his Wing Chun about trapping. Okay? But what they wanted to do when they trapped was to keep striking. What I did, I'd use it to trap. See what I mean? See how when I blocked his arm, where did my hand go? Ooh, right around. See? So his hands are here. I don't care which side I wanted to go. He was set up. Understand? Any questions? All right. Again, getting used to that. This is where you're the strongest. It's here. I call this your power bubble. That's where you're the most powerful. Okay? All right. Next technique. When I say udigrami, who knows what I'm talking about? How are you? Thank you, sir. Okay. All right, now look. I'm going to do it standing first, okay? He gets me a udi. Go ahead. Yeah. Here. Okay? He's got me a good udi. All right? But watch. Small circle doesn't just apply to your fingers. It applies to your body. Understand? So when I rotate here, I bring my arm over. Okay? Understand? Where do you feel the pressure? Right there. Understand? What I'm doing here, what did I tell you guys earlier? About the wrist, right? Where was the base?
Elbow.
His elbow. Okay? Now, I had a guy one time, and I told him to get me an udi. I love it when people do it. Okay? He started to do this. I had my arm here to here. Does that look familiar? All right? Now watch. Again. See where my elbow is here? I can feel it immediately. I trap my arm and I turn into it. Understand? Still the small circle principle. Okay? You guys want to try that? Thank you very much. The second one was here. All right? Now, look. This is a pivot point here. Okay? So when I trap my hand here, watch my left leg. As I step in here, see how it traps his arm? Yeah. Okay. Okay?
Okay, I see what you did.
Yeah. How are you? How about getting him in a cross mount? Cross mount udi. No. That's the top mount. Cross mount. Body is this one. All right, now you're going to get him in a udi. Now, look. The same thing you were doing standing up. Understand? All right, explain it to him.
All right, everybody come around so you can see this.
Yeah.
First thing you gotta do is you're gonna have to protect your shoulder. If he gets this, and he goes his head
Come around where you
you're
see.
gonna have a problem. So the first thing I'm gonna do is explode and come over on my side. My hand is gonna go in the same place. You see where my base is, right? Right?
Yes.
Okay. Same technique you're using, right? Only thing I'm doing is pulling here and rotating
If you
my
can't
wrist
tap, son, just
here,
say something. Kick your feet.
and I'm attacking this side of his hand here and pulling.
Yes.
Right?
Okay? Understand?
If you can, you want to focus on grabbing the back of his fingers to ratchet it back if you can grab
Okay,
it.
yeah. Now, what I'm doing, first of all, I'm trying to take his power out of this technique.
Right.
So here, and now all I can do is I can grab his fingers and work his fingers from this point. Right? Right?
Okay? Same thing you were doing standing, except you're on the deck. Okay? Okay. All right. Now, when somebody's got you with both hands, you know where their hands are, right? Okay? I trap it here, and I go here. Okay?
Forgot that was coming.
All right? That's right. Right on the collarbone. Okay? Or, you can be a super nice guy if you just want him to back off. Good old, what we call a real bit sternum rub. All right? You guys want to try that? Thank you. Okay? Any questions? Okay. Shihan?
Thank you, Professor. Guys, my name is Shihan James Pikula. This is my partner in crime, Shihan AJ Farmer. We head up the Taiho Jutsu program for American Combat Jujitsu. What that is the law enforcement techniques and tactics for American combat jiu-jitsu. Mr. Farmer and I have over 60 years together in law enforcement. We each retired. He retired sergeant in the North Carolina Highway Patrol and was lead defensive tactics instructor for the North Carolina Highway Patrol. I retired from the Shiai County Sheriff's Department as a first sergeant, a watch commander, and later retired from the Winston-Salem Shiai County school system as a deputy and a dog handler. So we've done just about everything there is to do in law enforcement. We were asked by Professor Maynard to look for a system to where we could help our law enforcement officers in North Carolina become more proficient in technique. And so our system in North Carolina is very antiquated, very behind the times, and it's really not effective. We have a lot of officers get hurt. All you have to do is turn on the TV. Anybody who's a live PD fan or a Cops fan, you see it all the time, or YouTube fan, officers get into situations that they can't control. So what we did is we looked at Taiho Jutsu. Taiho Jutsu is the traditional controlling martial art of the Japanese police. It was founded in the 1950s when the Japanese found out that they were occupied after the war by these guerrillas known as Americans. And these Americans, who were service people, tended to like to enjoy their drink and have a good time on weekends, and the Japanese police just could not handle them. They were bigger, stronger, and they were throwing the Japanese police around and really hurting them. So the Japanese police got all the great masters of all the best systems of karate, jiu-jitsu, marksmanship, bayonet training, sword training, you name it. They got them together and formed a board in about 1947 and put them all in a room, and they came up with a system at the Kodokan and called it Taiho Jutsu, which means controlling aspects for the arresting art. And they put this together, and it was brought back to the United States by the service of Curtis LeMay and Site Air Force. All of the services that adopted it is the United States Air Force, and they still use it today. What we did is look at it. It uses a lot of traditional Kodokan jiu-jitsu techniques, but we put our spin on it and put American combat jiu-jitsu in it. We are recognized by a traditional Taiho Jutsu program. It was Don Cunningham's program, Imachi Ito's Taiho Jutsu. Unfortunately, Don has passed on, but he was fortunate enough we got recognition from him. He was a fine martial artist and fine man, and I'm sorry he passed away about 2-3 years ago. But what we've done is we've taken it and we've looked at situations that our officers get in. We're constantly talking back and forth about the stuff we see. And what we're going to do is, I do the intellectual part. He does the heavy lifting now. So I let him do all the heavy lifting. But what we're going to do, you saw some of it today. We were seeing officers in our departments. Every arrest, it seemed like officers were trying to grab and control, and they'd get a hold of somebody, and it never worked. You see this every night on Cops or live PD, and you get into the do-si-do. I love it. Cops, it's like they're square dancing. They're going round and round in circles trying to get a hold of this guy. So Professor Maynard has developed these techniques like he just showed you, where I can get a guy here, I can step on his foot. This is a patented Tony Maynard technique, by the way. He's been doing this for the last 30 years I've been with him. He's sneaky. He'll do it to you every time. But we learned to get guys here. We teach our officers to come here, get control, take them to the ground. and he's going to go over some of the techniques that we use. My ground fighting days are over due to some neurological problems, guys, so I let him roll around on the ground. He's young and fit. I'm the old fat guy who's retired now, so I just stay home and play with my canine. But we're trying to get law enforcement in North Carolina to really look. We thought we had them convinced, but unfortunately, as things change in politics, so do the times. And unfortunately, we've looked at Gracie combatives and some other things. Officers do need to know how to ground fight. I have nothing against ground fight, but the side of I-40 or I-95 is not the place you want to be by yourself at 2:30 in the morning involved in a grappling match with somebody high on PCP or methamphetamine. So we're going to show you the stuff we do to control somebody. So go ahead, my friend. Sorry.
We're going to look at a couple of things. We're going to look at a couple of things in law enforcement and how to control it. How many of you guys remember about 2 years ago, there was a little girl in the classroom, they call it SRO, School Resource Officer, to remove her out of the classroom. She had a telephone. Anybody remember that? Well, what happened was she wouldn't get off of the telephone, so the teacher called a School Resource Officer to come in, and the kids knew him as the slammer, right? So when he came in, he didn't know he was a football coach. He got the bench press about 300 pounds, you know, the big guy. And so he came in, of course he did what his name was. He picked the little girl up and slammed her and threw her out the room like a bowling ball. Some of the techniques that we use keep that stuff from happening, whether it's a little girl or whether it's a guy who's 300 pounds. It doesn't look so violent and it's very effective to move people. Okay, I'm gonna call on Dave, to come over and help me out on one technique. It's called a come along. And the reason we do things a little bit differently is because of this. Just a regular come along. And just hand up, gooseneck. Okay, yeah. On a gooseneck, to let you guys know, he is in charge of his training facility. He's a police officer in Fairfax County. Okay. And so he trains guys just like I train guys, and we all train guys that are police officers. This is what you call a gooseneck come along. One of the problems in this come along, it is very easy to defeat. Okay? Only thing I have to do with this technique really is pop and come right straight down and take him down on the bottom. Okay? Only thing I did was hit my wrist. So if he does it properly and it's done quickly, it's a little bit harder to defeat, and he can do it correctly. But a lot of people in security and police work don't do it correctly, so it's easy to defeat. Thank you. Yes, sir. Let me borrow it. The way we do our come along is just like the chicken wing that we did earlier. It's easy to come in, and this way he doesn't have anything to defeat. If he is flexible in his wrist, only thing I do is just cut just a little bit on the side, and then I'm going to keep him on the edge of the pain and keep him moving from this direction. Okay? We have another big guy. Can I borrow you, sir? We're going to work on what you call finger locks. Finger locks, we've seen this, and a lot of people do finger locks a lot of different ways. Small circle finger locks are done one way. This is a basic finger lock. Finger locks, cut right down on the bottom of the knuckle on the metacarpal. I'm using this part of my hand as a saddle, and we're using this. Usually people go away from pain, okay? So if I do it correctly, I'm gonna set a base, which is here, right? But if I want him to move from this direction, I'm gonna leave this open. He's gonna go the direction of his palm, right? If I move him, he's going the direction of his palm. Okay. So we're gonna work on one technique today. Okay, we're going to work on moving people and controlling as we move them. Let me borrow you. Okay, we're going to work this technique from this guy pointing at me from this position. Okay, how many of you guys seen this right here? Right?
This happens a lot, especially when people, as we call them, law enforcement, idiots, get ready to start fighting, right? They start putting their hands on people and pushing. As he does that, the technique that you learned today, remember this? This look familiar to you? I've created a finger lock right here, right? Only thing I'm doing is come right underneath it, right here. As I come underneath, I'm gonna move and pull and use his clothing to move from right here. His hand is up, and I'm gonna move him to this position. Now, if he becomes out of control, all I have to do is slip my hand right down here, right? I want him to sit down. Only thing I've done is, anybody see what I did to him? That's what you call a juggler notch, right? It slipped right on the underside. You really can't tell what I did with it, but it's a pressure point that we use, okay? So from this position, only thing I want you to do is capture the fingers, just like a finger lock, and bring them up. Now, when I bring it up, I'm moving my position. I'm not gonna stand here, just like the professor was talking about earlier. If I stand here, I'm right in the direction of his gun, right? So I'm gonna move. As I move, I'm moving out of his direction. I'm grabbing in this direction, applying pressure, and I'm just moving. So if you're partner up, we're gonna come over and work with you a little bit. Thanks.
It's your point from here. So when I come here, oh, keep my tab.
Getting that spoon?
Okay.
How we doing?
I'm working the same techniques on here as I'm using from the standing position with fingers and finger locks. Same thing, right? Now, one problem that we have is guys holding their heads here. We come in, we have a whole lot of guys coming out of BJJ or MMA or cage fighting, and they come in and they say, well, you can't get some of these techniques that we use because the guy's gonna hold his head in and bury his head. One of the techniques that we use is called a drill bit, okay? You guys who've been in martial arts know what the middle knuckle fist is, right? Right? Well, when I was a kid, I've been in karate since '74. It was like, I was looking at this, like, what in the world is he doing with that one knuckle? He's not gonna hit much. Now I figured it out after all these years, right? So he comes in and he buries his head and I can't get it out. Here, right? Now, anywhere. Oh, right? Same deal from right here, very easy. That's what we call this combat jujitsu. Can you use this in sports tournament? You might be able to, but if they catch you, you have a problem, okay? So hand here, you want to get his head to move, you only need a window of opportunity to get his head up, and then you can go into another technique, right?
You stick it to here.
Stick it here. Be very careful with this one. Try it right here at the temple.
Okay, temple.
One, right here at the hinge of the jaw.
Yep.
Right here in the side of the jaw. Anywhere the teeth run, or on the ear. Huh?
But you were doing the temple.
Yes.
Okay.
So go ahead and try that. Try it out. I want him to get his head up from here and keep it from being buried. So I'll pop it up now in this position right here. I'm going to grab the top of his head, not the back, the top, and his chin from right here. Like the professor was saying before, everything in this area is strong. Everything in this area is not so strong. So I want to keep it about right here. I'm going to put his head either here or in the crook of my arm, and I'm going to go and leverage against his nose and his chin in this position. I'm going to talk to him and tell him roll push. Now he's in good position for me. I'm on top in this position. Again,
Sorry.
use a drill bit, get his head up. Here, turn roll. Keeping everything good and tight. From this position, I'm in the position of advantage. I can either strike, eye gouge, whatever, or if I have to, I can go ahead and dispatch it in this position. Right? Thank you. Thank you. Any questions? I know it's fast, but any questions? This is a look at our Taiho Jutsu programs to work on techniques for police officers and some security.
I'm just trying to refresh. So you just grab the neck and just
Top. This leg is more strong neck.
why is it on the top of the neck?
Good question. We're gonna talk about turning the head. If I use this, you got a very strong neck.
Too strong.
Right. So what you're doing is using your leverage. This is long part of the head, the top of the head. If I use it here, I don't have a lot to work. If I use it here. I'm using this right here because it's motivating me to turn. He will go because he thinks it's next. And anytime you deal with him, anytime in law enforcement we use the technique, we usually talk to him and speak to him. Because when I tell him to turn over, he knows what to do. If I don't do that, he said, he's just trying to break my neck and he's going to do this hard. Anybody? Thank you.
AJ, one last thing. I know Mr. Patton's in law enforcement, but for any of you senseis especially coming up, terminology and the way you articulate things are very important for police officers and if you wind up in court. The difference can be made if you go into court and use a term like rear naked choke, you can hang it up. In the state of North Carolina, we can use what's called a bilateral or rear lateral neck restraint. But if an officer gets in there and says, Your Honor, I put a rear naked choke on the guy, he's done for. And he's probably going to face criminal charges. So choose your terminology very, very carefully.
Good point, Chief. That is true. That is true.
Okay. Are there, look, guys, we enjoyed being here.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank Shihan Farmer and Shihan Pikula. And with that drill bit, the drill bit was fun. And it was aptly named, was it not? Okay. We had guys that had headaches for 2 days. You know, when they were playing with it. Okay, thank you very much. Up. Okay. Us. Thank you all.